I'm right here broadcasting live on a lake in Collier Creek. Boy, it is hot out here. The current temperature is now 91 degrees. Slight winds out of the northeast. And tonight's low will be about 74 degrees. Saturday and Sunday will be beautiful, sunny, highs near 92. Overnight lows will be near 74. There is rain moving into Sebastian on Monday and Tuesday. Now, everyone's been getting this, the news here, as Florida announced that the suspension of alcohol sales at bars. What this means is at bars, a person can't go to a bar and just drink on the premises at a bar. So if they're not selling food, the bar has to basically not sell anything, not sell alcohol. I will say this, there is an update. These establishments can sell alcohol in sealed containers for consumption for off-property premises, basically package sales. Establishments can serve alcohol at tables as long as they derive 50% or less gross revenue from the sale of alcohol beverages. So we're kind of like, when it comes to the bars and restaurants, we're kind of like back to phase 2 in a way. Like Paradoya sells beer, but they can also stay open. Nothing has changed with them because they have a food license. And they do about 50% food there or less. But Mash Monkeys, they're basically back to selling their growlers for pickup or curbside delivery. So it affects mostly bars that don't have the 50% of food sales. So the Tiki Bar, I just spoke with one of the owners there. They're still looking into this to see what they're going to be doing. They can actually stay open and serve alcohol at the tables since they have a food license. Same thing with Earl's. Earl's has a food license as well. They do a lot of food sales. And now Hiram's, I did speak with them. They are going to be serving alcohol at the tables. So I guess the state did not like what they were seeing at bars and not the social distancing and no one wearing masks and that sort of thing. Plus, we hit almost 9,000 new cases yesterday in Florida. Now, I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Some very important factors that we have to bring in about those numbers. Hey, the recall petitions, if you did sign the first round of the petition to recall Damian Gillums, Pamela Paris, and Charles Malty, then you still have to sign the second round, which is happening now. This is to place their names up on the ballot for recall. You can sign the petitions from now through Sunday at Riverview Park. Their hours that they're going to be there is from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And there's also a drive-up area where you could just, if you don't want to get out of your car because of COVID-19, or if you have troubles and difficulty, getting around, all you have to do is drive up to their drive-up petition signing. And where this is at is right there at Riverview Park, but it's at the clock. There's a clock there, and it's by the where the boat trailers are parking. Right directly behind the speedway. So pull in there, you'll see the tent, and you can just drive up and sign the petition. We also have some sad news to report. There was a bicyclist pronounced deceased after being hit by a PT Cruiser this morning in Mico. And this is according to the Florida Highway Patrol. The FHP is still investigating the accident. It actually closed both lanes on US 1 for several hours this morning. And as soon as we have some more information on that, we'll be providing for that. For all the news that's going on in Sebastian, visit us at sebastiandaily.com. That is where you can get all the latest news and events that are going on around town. sebastiandaily.com. All right, let's talk about these numbers, and let's dive into them a little bit. Yesterday, there were 8,933 cases. The day before that, there were 4,900. Now, these cases yesterday nearly doubled the peak from Wednesday. So that's concerning. However, let's put it in perspective here. there were about 45,000 tests done. So we're getting more and more tests. I've noticed that on the graph, when there's 20,000 tests, there's like 2,000 positive cases. So as these cases go up, so are the number of cases. And a lot of people are blaming that maybe a lot of these protests that happened in Miami and Orlando a few weeks ago, that maybe this is the outcome of that. But I did see that they are testing a lot more people, so we have to put that in perspective. The other thing we have to put in perspective are the number of deaths in our area as well as state. It's way down. Just like I said on the last broadcast, the number of deaths is way down. That's a big factor that we have to factor in. There's also, well, I just heard from the governor on his speech that they're starting to see the medium age shift from elder to more in the 35 age bracket. So that we're seeing a lot of younger people now being teen. Let's look at the local numbers. Now, since yesterday, Fells 117, so 230. Malibu, which is just south of Palm Bay, in between Grant there, they had one new case. They're now at 6. Speaking of Grant, they're up 1. They're now at 3. That's in Barefoot Bay. That's a relief because when the elder population was getting sick with this virus back in May and April, everyone was worried about Barefoot Bay. Hey, they're doing everything right over there. Washing their hands regularly, wearing a mask, social distancing. So this proves that when you do that, we can ward off this virus. Wabasso, 2 cases still. Now Vero Beach is interesting. 324 cases. That's up 38 since yesterday. Now let me talk about Vero Beach for a second, because the health department isn't really being fair on these numbers. This Vero Beach number includes Vero Lake Estates and East Vero, West Vero, and the city of Vero. So when you hear 324 cases in Vero, when you have 324 cases, but it's not, it's spread out. So the health department, if they will divide up Vero Beach, especially Vero Lake Estates, that's like a whole nother town, basically. So we've been asking them to separate those numbers. Let's talk about Indian River County in general. 500 yesterday. There's still been 16 deaths, 54 hospitalizations, and now Brevard County. Brevard County's got another problem. They're at 1,361 cases. That's up 148 cases since yesterday. But keep in mind, in perspective, that's 590,000 people that live in Brevard County. So they have. That's not too bad when you have that major population up there. 17 deaths. Again, the death numbers are low. So, and out of 2,000, 14,000 people in the hospital. 9 pretty yet. Really, no deaths in Indian River County or Brevard County in days. So while the numbers are going up, the death numbers are still going down. They're not leveling, they're going. Bars and this, uh, might be another bud. The restaurant, have now laid off again. We have to take this, when it people the whole thing over with, and it's not. It got worse. I'm pretty sure that people now in Sebastian know someone or a friend that had COVID-19. Before it wasn't like that. Now it is. So let's do that. And by the way, a lot of people have been asking about this arm, and basically all I did was I sprained it a little bit. Damon did. Rumor that's going around. Just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. I sprained it a little bit. It's almost better. I think this thing is going to come off tomorrow. So I just want to. Speaking of Damian Gillums, get that petition. Go down to the Riverview Park and sign that petition if you feel city council members do not represent Sebastian. If you feel that way, go down and sign that petition. This is about voters. Click on subscribe at the top, and you fill out a small little form. Basically, you send you the. And upcoming soon, you'll be getting some free dinners from Sebastian Daily. Have a great weekend. Like I said, the weekend's going to be good. There was someone that asked us before the broadcast, do we know if all the events that are going on around town are still on? Right now they are. We haven't heard have not heard of any cancellations at this time. I want to bring that up too. Have a great time. My name is Andy Hodges for Sebastian Daily.